Fields is a comedian who came to us from Boston, from little clubs that she played in that area. She, of many of the women comedians who appeared on my show, is still the most asked about. She just was a funny, funny woman. She died much too young. But someday there'll be a movie, and I'm sure we'll all love it. Here is Totie Fields.
Not fat lady, bad lady. I know you're gonna start.
Where did she do it? Huh?
Do you know that I watched...
3-inch legs. They're that big.
I watched the last show I was on, and the only thing I was conscious of, my feet, I'm sitting like this. So I have to go forward and cross my legs.
Are they crossed?
Which is not easy for me. I am used to it. I went skiing.
What was that like?
That was a nightmare. You know, because skiing is the only sport you just don't go skiing. Costs you $10,000 to get ready.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
I went shopping. No, what sweaters? First of all, to be warm, you have to wear thermal underwear.
Yes,
Full
definitely.
of holes.
Yep.
You know, I look like a Jewish waffle. You had to see me. You know, the little balls of fat all sticking out. And then I had to get the stretch pants.
Stretch pants?
Actually, any pants I put on, I stretch out. And I had to get the little sweater and the fur hat and the fur mittens and the parker. And I looked like Smokey the Bear when I got through. Oh, it was ridiculous.
Did you go down the hill?
Go down the hill. Well, first of all, we checked in, and you know, the prices up there. We were going up to Sugar Bush, you know, but I'm a diabetic, so I figured we'd go to a non-fattening mountain. We went up to Vermont. The prices were outrageous.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Poor people can't ski. Oh, don't say no. You know, I checked into the hotel. I said, how dare you charge these prices? He said, we make artificial snow. I said, I'll pay in an artificial check when I leave. But, you know, they have morning and afternoon class. The beginner's class, you don't go out on the mountain the first day. They come and they throw slush in your room and you walk around in it. You know. And I loved it. I got to the bottom of the mountain. They had a welcome wagon. It was an ambulance, you know.
Yeah.
Sits at the bottom and they pick out who they're going to take away from. You can see the people that are gone. So they had a morning and afternoon class. I went in the afternoon class, you know, because I figured I'd lay in bed and cry in the morning.
Yeah.
But you know, it's an amazing thing. You go up 1,200 feet, and you stand on top of that mountain,
Yeah.
and the crisp, cold air hits your face, and the most wonderful feeling of nausea hits you right in the pit of your stomach. And you know, I'm standing up there in the afternoon class. I was so glad I was in the afternoon class, because I looked down at the bottom of the mountain, and you know what was laying all over the bottom of the mountain?
Yeah.
The morning class.
He feels. So let's have it.
Thank you. My precious? That woman thought I was Twiggy when I came out here, didn't she? Do you believe her dimensions? 20, 20, 20. My eyesight isn't even that good. No, really. Now, you want to know something? You're all looking at me, and you know I'm going to do something clever and funny and wonderful at this time. And I'd like to. But I have nothing prepared. Do you want to know, I have been working so hard getting ready for this show. I've worked with 3 of the biggest writers in the country. They said, Totie, it's so hard to write for you. Because in order to write for a comic, they should have something physically wrong with them. Like Jimmy Durante has a big nose. Martha Ray has a big mouth. Jackie Gleason's fat. They said, Totie, you're too pretty to do comedy. You should have been a stunning girl singer. Or a lady wrestler. You don't know, I know. Look at you men in the audience. I know what every one of you out there is thinking. Take it off! Take it off! Took me 4 hours to put it on. It was always like that. Even when I was in burlesque. Men grabbing at me, pulling me, pinching me. It was so hard for me to sell my candy. Oh, You know what it's like to go through life being a sex symbol? Men falling at your feet? Look at Ed. Just look at Ed Sullivan. Doesn't take his eyes off me the whole time I'm out. Is he looking? Nod your head. Is he looking at me? It's a curse. I'm telling you, just a curse. Do you know what it's like getting home at night, getting into bed nice and comfy, and the telephone rings, and all you hear is heavy breathing, and some nut says, "Oh, I got your pretty nightie on." I told him, I says, "Listen, you nut, you better stop calling my house, or I'm gonna have my number changed to 276. You women are all eating your hearts out, aren't you? Isn't it amazing when you're pretty? Look, I need nothing. I don't even wear hardly any makeup at all. Look at this face. Do you want to know there are only two things I even use? Silly putty and sandpaper. And exercise. I am a very firm believer of exercise. I mean, that's how I stay firm, you know? I have a wonderful tip for you ladies out there. Really, listen to me. I do this exercise 1 hour every day. Look at this. Look how thin my fingers are over there.
Are you a bat?
Yes. Actually, what I am is evil incarnate. And some of those cheeks and necks look really good.
What's Why the costume? Why the costume for? I can tell he's your type, Totie. I can just tell.
I really like her bat formation. Open up, Totie.
Is your mother watching today? I hope so.
Yes,
Would it be funny if under this he was just a nice Jewish boy?
You should only know.
Where you?
I do. You can't hide the hook.
Miss Totie feeling.
You don't remember me, but I was your first wife. They talk about you drinking. You drink so damn much that this guy, I want you to know, he quit AA and joined AAA so they could tow him away from the bar. I don't know why I'm here. They called me up and said, "Totie, we need a pretty face." Look at Diller. I want you to look at Diller over there. Look at the hair. Do you believe it? She looks like her head fell in the cheese dip. Stop touching me. Animal! Get a seat tonight in my dressing room before the show. Banging on my door, banging on my door. I had to let him out. The only guy I know takes vitamin E and Sominex so he can sleep through his orgies. I want to tell you something. Between him and Sinatra, they're going to drive me out of my mind. You know, you don't know this, do you? That Frank is just dying to get me to Palm Springs. Do you know he called me tonight and offered to send his private blimp? It's a funny thing. All these years, I thought Lucy was such a swinger. When I first met Lucy, she called me up, "Totie, come on over. We're going to have a pot party." You know how excited I got? I'd never been to one of those things. I went over. She was selling Tupperware. Lucy, darling.
Yes?
You have been a big star for many, many years. And it must kill you to see a young kid like me stepping into your shoes.